Medical grade skincare sounds powerful, and your gut reaction may be it must be better than what you can get at the drugstore. But does it really mean it's stronger? Is it prescription strength? Is it really worth the extra money? I'm Dr. Alice Mina. Welcome to my channel, The Skin Real, where I give real people real information about their skin so that they can make informed decisions. This is my weekly recap episode where I break down my key takeaways from my most recent interview with Dr. Patty Ferris. She's a board certified dermatologist and consultant to many cosmetic and beauty industry companies. And she really gets an insider's look into what it takes to research an ingredient, to bring it to market it. And as a dermatologist, she also has that clinical expertise. So it was so much fun talking with her. Really learned a ton about this whole other world in industry. If you want to hear the full episode, be sure to stick around to the end of this short video and I will link it for you. Okay, now I know that when I sometimes tell my patients to use products from the drugstore, or I tell them what I'm using, and a lot of times it's products from the drugstore, I get this like wide eyed look on their face like, you can't be kidding me. You don't really use something from CVS or Walgreens? And I'm like, absolutely, I do. And I'll tell you why. And I'm glad that Dr. Ferris brought this up in the episode too. We have this idea that the drugstore brands aren't good, they're cheap because they're worthless, and a lot of research and development hasn't gone into them. And so we dismiss them a lot of times. I see this for more expensive products that are from lesser known or these indie companies that tout natural and things like that. So I'm going to just break down in this quick recap episode why that is faulty thinking, even though I get it, right? We think if something's more expensive, it must be better. But I don't want you to think like that. I want you to know how to buy products that work for you and that are a good use of your money and you enjoy using them because that's important as well. So let's just start with drugstore skincare. These are the companies like Neutrogena, Aveeno, CeraVe, and I don't even know the names of the big companies that host them all. I think like L'Oreal, Procter and Gamble, things like that. I am not affiliated. This podcast is not sponsored by any of these companies. I'm giving you my personal opinions on what I use and also my education as a dermatologist. But these companies, these massive skincare companies, spend a ton of money. I'm talking millions, maybe even hundreds of millions of dollars on these products before they even hit the shelf. They are spending a ton of money and time researching the ingredients, if they're safe. They are testing them in the lab. They are consulting with dermatologists and formulators and chemists to make sure that it's safe and possible and necessary or needed. And then once they have a product, they are doing research on real human beings to make sure that the product does what it's supposed to do. And now they can't make medical claims for over the counter products, but they want to make sure that this moisturizer does increase hydration and make people feel like their skin is less dry, things like that. There's a lot of R&D, known as research and development, with these big name companies. And so when people discredit them or think, oh, they can't be good, they're too inexpensive, I actually would say the opposite. Like, this is really money well spent because it is affordable relatively compared to a lot of skincare. And we know it's effective, we know it's safe, and we know it works because they have put in sometimes 7+ years bringing something to market, which is a long time, right? They are hiring chemists and dermatologists and conducting these trials. And a lot of these smaller companies may not be doing that because it takes a lot of money to do all this. This is not something that's free or cheap, right? And so some of these smaller companies may not have the budget to be able to do the development and research that these big names do. So please don't think drugstore means crappy or bad. I use so much drugstore skincare. In fact, almost exclusively, to be honest. Just because it's easy, it's right there. And I don't enjoy spending a lot of time on my skincare, I have to admit. I know some people really love it. They love holding a beautiful, elegant bottle and feeling the glass and spending time with their skincare. And so, if that is your jam and you enjoy it and it's not hurting your wallet, then by all means go for it. But don't think you are doing a disservice to your skin if you decide to pick up a moisturizer, a cleanser, or sunscreen at the drugstore. Now, let's break down what medical grade skincare is and what it isn't. And I have to admit, the way Dr. Ferris broke it down for me was different than what I was used to thinking. In my mind, I thought medical grade skincare was just a marketing term. I felt like it had no validity. There really is no such thing as medical grade skincare. In my opinion, medical grade meant prescriptions, and that's something you get from your dermatologist. So, medical grade skincare is it's not prescription. It is still over the counter or consumers can buy it. But the intent with medical grade skincare is that the companies are working with dermatologists or physicians to make the product available in their office. And they're doing so because the ingredients in their products may be stronger, a little more potent, maybe have more side effects. And so the companies want to make sure that it is being used in conjunction with seeing someone like your dermatologist who can help guide you on when to use it, where to use it, when to back off, etc. So that's how Dr. Ferris explained it to me, which I think does make a lot of sense. So to just go ahead and write off medical grade skincare as just a marketing ploy and useless, I think maybe I need to revise how I've thought about it in the past and maybe not look at it so harshly and actually see it through the lens of this is skincare that potentially is a little bit stronger than your over the counter products that you would get walking through the drugstore on your own, because it is meant to be used in combination with your dermatologist advising you. And as a way to maybe come off of some of your prescription medications to safely use this long term. So, is there a role for medical grade skincare? I think there is. We just have to be careful. We just want to make sure you're not spending a lot of money just because someone slapped that term on. I don't even know if that's regulated at all or if anyone can use that. I should have asked Dr. Ferris that on the episode. But I would say your best bet if you are unsure what skincare products to use and you have been trying the over the counter products and just not getting the results that you are hoping for, see your dermatologist, talk it through with your dermatologist, and find some products that can work that maybe aren't necessarily at the drugstore, but are not prescription. And that's where your dermatologist can really help you work through that. So I think I am going to soften up a little bit on my harsh criticism of medical grade skincare moving forward and look at it as that there could be a role for these products, especially if they are perhaps more concentrated and stronger than what you would get walking through the drugstore. And there could be a role for them. I think ideally, though, you are using it with your dermatologist to get the best results. Now, let's also talk about clean beauty and really greenwashing in the skin and beauty space. I mean, this is all over, it's huge. Now, people are trying to say that sunscreen causes cancer instead of prevents it, which is so crazy to me. But there's this whole concept of clean beauty that natural is better, that preservatives are bad and chemicals are bad. And we have to realize our whole body is made of chemicals and our whole world and life is chemistry. In fact, I am enjoying living better through chemistry every day. So I love chemistry. I think people have this notion of chemistry, chemicals, a lab, bad for the environment, synthetic, it's not real. And I get it. I can see the appeal that yes, natural does sound nice. I want to look natural. I want to be natural. And if you told me, do I want clean beauty or dirty beauty? I definitely want clean beauty. But the problem is, there's no definition of what clean beauty is. So, clean beauty means something different to every single company. And guess what? It means something different to you and me. Your definition of clean beauty may not match my definition of clean beauty. To me, clean beauty is a company that is ethical, that is truthful, that is putting safe products out there that are good for the environment. They're not knowingly trying to harm the environment. They are not trying to scam people. they are using quality products and ingredients and promoting them in an ethical way. Like, to me, that's clean beauty. But I also think if you're really worried about clean beauty and nature and the environment, just use fewer products. I don't know why we don't talk about this more. Probably because no one with a company or no one who's trying to get you to buy something is going to say this, but just use less. If we just used less and had less waste and less trash and garbage, I just feel like that alone would do wonders for the world we live in and probably your skin to just take a break and use less. But that's kind of my soapbox about clean beauty. So I just want anyone listening to know natural does not always mean better, right? It is much more effective for you to go buy a vitamin C serum with L-ascorbic acid than to take a lemon or take an orange and rub it all over your face. Why? Because now, yes, it is more natural just to rub an orange or lemon on your face, but it's not the best way to get the benefits of vitamin C in your skin. In order to get those benefits, you really need L-ascorbic acid, and it needs to be isolated and expanded and synthesized so that it can be mass produced for everyone. It would be unrealistic to grow bazillion lemon trees just so people could rub lemons on their face for anti-aging or hyperpigmentation or whatever. So a lot of the ingredients we actually do use and in medicine come from nature. It's just the safe part, the effective part, the molecules, the chemistry that has been pulled out and then it's been replicated and expanded and produced in a safe way so that the masses can have it available to them. So simply coming from a lab doesn't mean it's bad. In fact, it more likely than not means it's safe, it's been tested, it has been validated, and you can feel safe putting that on your skin or your body. Don't fall into the trap of just thinking because someone wrote the word clean beauty on it, these are really just marketing buzzwords at this point. Do a little more research into the company if you really want to make sure it aligns with your values. I would not recommend some of these apps and websites that you can go to where people are just canceling out ingredients or brands really based on zero scientific data. Now, I loved hearing from someone who works as a cosmetic consultant for these beauty companies. Dr. Ferris just touted like I do, keep it simple, right? You do not need to be using 1,000 products and layering on 5, 6, 7 layers of products. It's probably not even working, right? The stuff you're putting on the fifth, sixth, seventh layer, is it even penetrating down and having any effect on your skin? Probably not. And if it is having an effect on your skin, it's most likely going to be irritation because there's simply too much. So in this world of beauty and skincare, sometimes we forget that it doesn't have to be complicated and it really should be simple. A cleanser, a moisturizer, sunscreen, and if you want to be a little extra, add in some antioxidants or a retinoid, or if you have some specific skin concerns like hyperpigmentation or melasma or rosacea, right? You can add in products that are meant to target those specifically. But if you don't have them, you don't need them. Just because it's available, just because it's out there, just because some beautiful celebrity is touting them, it doesn't mean that you need to use it. So, what's next in skincare? I think we are really on the precipice of so much innovation in the world and in healthcare and skincare. I am super excited to see this push towards regeneration and vitality. As a 45-year-old, I am all for this. Sign me up. I love it. Our skin is a regenerative organ. Every 3 to 4 weeks, our skin cells are sloughing off and we're making new ones constantly all the time. So, this idea of regeneration, using our own body to heal, is really, really cool. And I'm so excited to see where this goes. Dr. Ferris mentioned there's a new UVA filter coming to the US. It's been available in Europe, which is why people really love Korean and European skincare because they have more available filters. So, this Tenosorb S that's available in Europe at this point, it'll have a new name when it comes here, but we don't have great UVA filters in the US besides zinc and titanium. So this is a new one and super excited that we finally have that coming out 2026. We also are seeing this rise in AI powered personalization of skincare. AI is just unbelievable how quickly things have changed since I've been introduced to AI a couple years ago. And AI is jumping into the skincare personalization space using AI to help custom formulate a product for your skin needs. I always say your skin habits should be based on your needs and your goals. So, how cool would it be if we can use AI looking at your skin, answering some questions, and it can help create your own personalized skincare product? I mean, super cool and really not that far off. And then lastly, with the rise in regeneration, the interest in regenerative medicine, I think we are really going to see a lot of excitement with exosomes, with peptides, with growth factors to be able to heal ourselves. How cool. What an amazing process that would be. I hope I get to live to see that. Now, I would love for you to go after listening to this episode and hey, leave a review or share or leave a comment if you like. But now I want you to look at your skincare products. And if you cannot verbalize what they are doing or why they are important in your routine, it might be time to let them pass, move them out, and you don't need to replace them. Just move them on out because they're probably not doing much and they could be harming your skin, causing irritation, rashes, etc. So take this moment, take this time, go actually look at your products, look at what's in them, and make sure you know what they're doing, why you're using them, and make sure you're enjoying them and that they align with what you're trying to achieve.